Hopefully. Well, I mean, I don't know. Which gym is this? Yeah. Nighttime. Wasn't she, like, literally at the level requirement and she just hadn't been able to evolve because it wasn't the proper time of day? Exactly. uh, check to make sure before you evolve if you need to make sure that Doublade has the right move set, because sometimes with evolutions, once you evolve them with the stone, you can't learn any new moves. It certainly was. That was how it was in older games. I think they got rid of it in newer games, but I don't remember when they started doing that. It's pixels. But I mean, we could always look up all the possible moves that Doublade can learn by level up, you know, if that's a problem at all. Oh, the gym leader's younger sister. I forgot straight up. You know, there's a lot of things I forgot about this game straight up because it's just so unmemorable. Gens 3 through 5 still have my heart. You know what? Gen 7 was fun too. I think I actually personally enjoyed Gen 9 a little bit more than Gen 8. I'm not sure what it was, if maybe I just thought it was a little more engaging, I guess, or a little more interesting than what Gen 8 gave us. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's... Team Yell definitely didn't, because they weren't even anything close to being a criminal organization. They were literally just an overzealous fan club. And then, like, there was supposed to be a quote unquote twist villain in Gen 8, but everybody saw it coming. And it was just kind of boring. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you about Legend ZA. Because I. But it still at least had its charm. It's been gradually losing its charm throughout the Switch era. Mm-hmm. The remakes for Gen 3 were actually very solid. They changed plenty. Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Yeah. I mainly remember it by the Oris thing. It's like, you know, Oris OR is Omega Ruby, and blah 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 blah. Who gets our gold soul silver? uh Wait, what was the question? Unfortunate. We were, yeah. Oh, uh, gee, I wonder what that is. Apollo's gift of prophecy. uh, Screw you, battle him. I was actually one of the few people who didn't hate Hop's guts. So, okay, well, I mean, at least as far as Hop goes, it was a similar problem which, your quote-unquote rival in Gen 7 had that everybody complained about, whereas everybody was so upset about the fact that, your rival didn't really act like a rival, like the way that they used to. Or that is to say, they were upset that rivals are no longer outright antagonistic towards you. Wait, wasn't Blue also really antagonistic? Yes, he was. I mean, I guess. I mean, true. He was still just a jerk, though. True. You know what? Valid, though. Right. Exactly. May or what the fuck would the male rival's name be? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it is Brandon. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing in Gen 4 too, because it's well, actually, sorry, I was thinking about Dawn and Lucas in that respect. Yeah, yeah. No, just researching for Professor Rowan, and like, fair enough. And kind of, because Bianca bows out pretty soon. Sharon ends up being the real, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Really? She's just really pragmatic, I think, is the word. Hey. Sharon has emotions too? Goddamn. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I. Right. Well, yeah. Honestly, same. Yeah, rivals not being outright antagonistic has been a thing for a very long time now. It's like, is I mean, I can't remember what the whole thing was in Gen 7. I think they had even more against Gen 7's rival than they did Hop. At least with Hop, he has like an, a complex regarding his champion brother and all that, but how people hated Hao, man. Yeah, honestly, I like them both, but like, man. Um, was his name Kukui? He was like the grandson of the Kahuna for the first island. Oh, it's yeah, number one. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, by your criteria though, can we really call her a rival? Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I because you see, Gen 1 is actually the only generation that I have never played any iteration of. Yeah, I never even played Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee when on the Switch. Never even played that. Please. I mean, if it's after 9, there we go. Hmm. Ah. Nope. I've never gone out of my way to. Oh, okay, that's a lie. I have gone out of my way to read one chapter of a manga for Pokemon. Um, as a Generation 5 fan, I am also unfortunately a big fan of the train nerds. So, yes, I specifically went out of my way to read that one Pokemon chapter manga where Ingo and Emmett show up. The subway bosses for Gear Station for the subway challenge. Um actually, yeah, the thing is that um um the battle subway is in black and white, entirely optional. You can go through the game without ever setting foot in there a single time. They changed that in black and white too, where they actually force you to at least meet the subway bosses. Right. Then that would make sense. No. Oh, I mean, true enough. I guess maybe Boreas is probably also tanky. Yeah. It depends specifically on which game it is for me. Black and white, I went very out of my way to do everything. The remakes for Ruby and Sapphire, I also went out of my way for. What? I thought it was a Panpour. It was Panpour. I can tell you that much. the And there we go. You should have consulted me, the Gen 5 fan. I identified it as Panpour immediately the first time. Sorry, I guess I should have said something. Yeah. Let's see, I think I also went out of my way to do a lot in Gen 7 as well. Mm. Mm. Honestly, outside of the Battle Frontier, I don't think I remember it having a lot of optional content to begin with. God, I know I was absolutely pissed about the fact that there was no post-game content outside of the DLCs. I was so mad. No, there wasn't. All the post-game stuff they shoved into, having to buy it. Classic. But I should, right? Yeah. The remakes for Ruby and Sapphire also had a lot of post-game content too, so that might be a tie. Well, yeah, they had a lot of legendaries, like a lot of legendaries in in the remakes for Ruby and Sapphire. Yep, they had like basically all of them. Huh? Um, well, you see, the thing is that it tends to be that they make the legendaries available because it's just part of the Pokédex, and the catchphrase for Pokemon is "Gotta catch 'em all." Exactly. International. Wait, was that Motham? Wait, wait. Can we see it again? That's Beautyfly. That's Vivillon. Yeah. So it's two. Well, well, there are some out there. Bless you. You think You think they're going to go through the trouble of adding in every region into a single game? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Tears of the Kingdom, or um, that's probably part of it. There's also the fact that it's literally one of their most popular games ever made, and you know how people feel about things getting popular. Right. The thing is that if it weren't basically $100 game, if it were maybe $40 maximum, and that's stretching it, maybe it might be worth it. It's way overpriced for what it is like half its problem. Yeah. And it's like it's also like an overly repetitive mess. It gets bland. And like I mean, at least they did bother to change the game mechanics because it's no longer turn-based. It's supposed to be real time, except it's not optimized very well. It's a it's messy. Oh, yeah, for sure I have as well. Was her name Bonnie? The disrespect on Cynthia. She gives us PTSD. You forgot about her. Oh my god. Mm. Holographic, whatever the. Mm. That is based. Yeah. Oh, I definitely. Yeah, I suppose that is a thing, isn't it? Oh. Oh yes, indeed. Actually, you're quad weak to steel. Yeah. fire. Really? That's just terrible decision making. But yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunately that enemies have a good have a good coverage against you, but yeah, you have good coverage against other types as well. Uh-huh. Yeah. Seriously. Being mad at people for a decision that you made is clown behavior. Yes, peak difficulty when the enemy keeps healing. Normally, normally, I don't know. X and Y are it's just weird games, to be honest. I don't ever want you to hear compare Gen 5 to Gen 6 ever again. Keep that keep that insult out of your mouth. Yeah, it is better in every possible way. Gen 5 touches on concepts that Gen 6 barely touches on anything at all. Right. Oh yeah, one more potion just to stall out the battle for no reason. we can. Yep. It's right there. No. In the red section. Go over to the red section. No. The world is burning down. There. Probably not wrong. This game was so uninspired. Oh, actually. I think the only thing I liked about this game was the Elite Four. And you know what's so dumb? Literally the worst champion ever. She is so underwhelming as a champion. It is Diancie, right? Or Dance, or Diane something. I think you're at least warm. Are you being a blood purist right now? Look, I'm not a Gen 1er either, but also like I warned you myself. It is so stupidly easy. Pretty much. That bloodline is so thinned out it might as well not even be there. Well, Lysander was the one who not Lysander. Sycamore was the one who brought it up. I don't know, man. Yep. There were two types of people. No, I'm pretty sure 90% of human beings tend to partake in both. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It is a sentence. Don't lie. Don't freaking lie. Don't lie. I know how this turns out, man. Yeah, that's literally only taking. Seriously? Technically both. Pokemon is pretty anime. I didn't even know that there was any anime for it. Mm. Oh. What? That is so far away from what Fire Emblem's style. Hmm? Nope. I mean, I understand the words that you're putting together, but I don't understand the context. Mm-mm. It can sink the Titanic. And this is why Legend ZA was such a disappointment, because they could have had so much room to do so much creative writing and expand on the legends of Kalos. But no, it takes place in the future instead of the past, even though it's literally called Pokemon Legends. So disappointed when they showed that it was taking place in the future of literally just Lumio City. And I'm just like, what happened to the Legends thing? What happened to the fact that the Legends Arceus was in Hisui, ancient Sinnoh? That makes sense. Why are we in the future? It tries to be a resolution to X and Y instead of doing what could have been staring them in the face, which is building on the weak foundation that they gave it. They didn't even make a third game for X and Y like most past games did. It's just right. There will be no foolish actions if the number of people in Pokemon do not increase. That is very much not how it works, but honestly, I can still see where he's coming from, because yes, we should stop the increase in population, actually. I don't think there should be a but at the end of that sentence. Beauty filth, blah 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 blah. It's a held item that has a chance to make the opposing Pokemon flinch whenever you attack them with a physical move. Nope, it's just a held item. His personality is about as strong as a dying ember. Uh, um. You know, I completely even forgot that he, quote unquote, is related to royalty. I didn't even remember that. the look of it, that's probably the worst part. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh, no, I mean, the method for catching Pokemon is basically the same, whereas you're actually able to free aim Pokeballs and you can catch without going into battle. But everything else is basically completely different. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm pretty sure somebody has said that in literally every Pokemon game. Oh. Hello, how have you been? I just wanted to let you know we're all going to meet on Route 14. Please come and join us. The game thinks we need to be reminded where we go next. Yeah. Fair enough, yeah. Honestly, I can never compare the anime version of the characters to the game versions because, like, they're just completely different. I don't know. It's just the weird thing about the anime for me is the fact that they tend to take a lot of creative liberties, particularly when they're doing character writing. And like, for an example, I attempted to watch the anime for Gen 5 Black and White, and they completely changed the personalities of Iris and uh the hell is his name? No. No. He's one of the trio that is the second gym. The gym has a trio of gym leaders, the water, grass, fire. And I think they even changed his name in the anime compared to the game. Like his name is different, his entire personality is different. It's like they were weird about it. And I will never understand it. Hmm? Oh yeah, the kimono. Um, actually, I mean that is like a type of trainer, so you'll be able to fight someone with that model at some point. Not at all, they don't look similar. Yeah, because I'm right. Oh my god. Shut up. I hate this game. Did you bother to check the map? Okay, but wait, which side of you whenever you change like what part of Lumios is, it shows up on the top left side of your screen. So first we need to figure out which way is Route 14 and then which area. So we okay. All right. Don't do that. Maybe try that way. Or check that sign even, I don't know. Oh, yep, there it is. That was my character. You arrived very quickly. You mean the words? We were just comparing how complete our Pokédexes are. I won, of course. Never mind the fact that he has stated multiple times that that's his goal. Heart. Let's compare how many Pokemon we've seen, just like we always do. This time, let's compare how many Pokemon we've seen in the Mountain Kalos Pokédex. To put it another way, I'm challenging you to my own kind of Pokemon battle. So, you've seen 7 kinds of Pokemon. I lost. What do you mean you lost? Oh, you've seen Gibble too, Heart? Just knowing about the same Pokemon as someone else can sure make you happy. Your bar for happiness is real low, buddy. Pure Psychic.
I mean, switching to Pangoro, if it used a psychic type move, you just would have been outright immune to it. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, that's not good. It works out. No, neither of the champions in Gen 5 are my favorites. Actually, I wouldn't even put them on the scale of favorite champion in general, never mind favorite character. I like Alder enough, and Iris I don't really feel one way or another. I have mostly positive, but like, mostly neutral actually, though. It's like neutral positive on Iris. I'm not overly invested in her. I've already talked about them. Two of my favorite characters are Ingo and Emmett. They're the subway bosses for the Battle Subway. They got the Tism vibes. The Battle Subway is basically the battle frontier of Gen 5, except you don't even need to get to the end of the game to have access to it. You can literally start it as soon as you reach Nimbasa City. And favorite champion. They're not champions. Why would I name them when they're not champions? Let's see. Favorite champion. So, Gen 8 was Leon. There's... let's see, Gen 9 was right, that woman. And then... I can't remember her name right now. Fuck Lance. No, I have a burning hatred for him. When I played Heart Gold Soul Silver, I struggled against him so hard. It took forever for me to beat him. I swear to God, I never had as much of a PTSD experience with Cynthia as I did with Lance. I hate Lance. I don't know, I think Heart Gold was my second Pokemon game ever after Pokemon Diamond and Platinum. So, this was obviously very early on in my experience with Pokemon because this would be still when I was growing up, I was young, and it's like, I wasn't really all too into, like, trying to figure it out competitively. I was very much a casual Pokemon fan. And I struggled greatly whenever I had to fight dragon types because they were so overpowered before Gen 6. Yeah, I don't think I was ever really over leveled for God. No, I think even when I first got to Lance, I might have even been like very slightly under leveled, and what took me so long to beat him was getting the necessary experience to level up enough. Yeah, so what took so long was the fact that one, pure dragon type team. 2, it took a long time to get all the experience necessary to level up enough to be able to overpower him. And that was just me fighting through the Elite Four over and over and over again, because that's basically the best way to farm experience points. And it's like, yeah, oh, he pissed me off so much, so bad. Oh my god. See, this is why I hate multi-hit moves. Whenever it's the opposing Pokemon using it, they hit at least 3 times. But if you use it, you get 2 or 3 maximum. Anyway. Oh, Diantha was her name. Oh, hey! I mean, you could, yeah, just get rid of Aerial Ace since it's non-stab, but oh wait. Shadow Sneak is such a weak move, I always forget about that. And you have Shadow Claw, I think that's a 60 base power, right? As a priority move, yes. Makes sense. Yeah, in that case, I would just say Aerial Ace. I mean, it's only really necessary against enemies that have moves that increase their evasiveness, so. So anyway, well, I guess we want to get through this, interaction. God. Why? Wow, that was a really intense battle. Not really. So where's Tyr? Yeah, just ignore the question, will you? He's at the fighting dojo. Really? The fighting dojo? And I'm pretty sure most people would call it a dance-off or a dance battle. With a candy. Yeah. Pretty much. It's all about timing and reflex. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have one in mind. Oh, no, the one I'm thinking of is in Gen 7. It would be impossible. That's great! Good for you! Everybody, let's go to the scary house! What scary house? The one... Bro. The one by Lavier City? That's just a rumor, isn't it? Come on, let's all go find out if the rumor's true together. Based. Bah, bitches. Let's go and see for ourselves, Tierno. I mean, when you look at him and his like quiet personality, you would normally assume him to be the wimpy type. But you know, I guess he at least has some confidence on his side after all. Man, I would be the bravest one out there because I would absolutely specialize in the ghost type. I don't know, Haxorus is just too cool to be scared of it. You just want to fawn over it. I mean, is it just walking up to me normally, or is it walking up to me menacingly? Does it seem intent to attack me? If not, then I'm going to just be like, hell yeah, you're cool! Well, that's the first mistake. I mean, it's all body language. Like, you can absolutely tell when an apex predator is hunting you down, and if it's just walking up casually, chances are it's just curious. I don't know. I've seen some predator animals be really chill around human beings. You would be surprised. Outside of zoos, I'm talking. I don't know. I think I'd be more going like, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Pss, pss. Kitty, kitty, kitty. I'm just built different. It's so true, bitch. I didn't even get to read that text. No. Why are you traveling, Heart? Everyone is working really hard at what they want to do. It's okay, we're a silent protagonist. Yeah. but I'm just all about the memories. I'm just goofing around. Yeah, yeah, you sure are. Just kidding. She fooled you. Anyway, back to the topic of champions. Um, let's see. I hate Lance. I don't really care for Diantha is her name. I finally remembered. Yeah, Diancie is the Pokemon. Diantha is Gen X and Y's champion. She's really underwhelming. I've already told you. Blue is technically the champion for Gen 1, and I don't feel either way about it because, as I said, I've never played any iteration of Gen 1. Let's see. Gen 7, you literally become the first champion, but I guess technically the professor is your trial for becoming champion. That's pretty good. I actually liked that. That was great. Mm-hmm. I think most of the criticism is just towards like the Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun Ultra Moon debacle thing. It's it's so like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is literally just the same base game, but with a different ending in like some extra DLC tacked on that literally just could have been put in the base game. That it's literally within the same generation. You're basically being charged double for what you could have had just in a single game. Is what the problem was. That's the thing is you can't really call it a remake if it's literally just in the same generation. They were released back to back. Within the same generation. No, it really does change because all the remakes, it's basically modernizing an older game. That's the difference. The fact that it's within the same generation, and it all could have just been the same game instead of having us pay for two different games that are basically almost identical. In the same generation. It was literally back to back. That's not the. That doesn't make it good. That doesn't make it okay. But why? You asked about it. I was explaining it to you, and then you were being like all devil's advocate. Why did you even bring it up? It's. I was saying just in the sense that all the other ones were. It's not the same. Okay, so what's the point of bringing that up? That had nothing to do with what I was talking about, with how that was a bit of a problem. I was talking about in the same sense that all the other remakes were. Like, I was not thinking of it as in, like, oh, it's just a second copy of the game. That's not what I was talking about when I said it's not a remake. I was saying it's not a remake in the sense that they are not modernizing the game because it literally already just came out. Oh my god. Why are you doing this to me? Anyway, this is so off topic. Anyway, back to champions. Back to champions. God, Gen 8's Leon was okay. Eh. Gen 9 had, again, I can't really remember her name. So honestly, well, I I'm I think the only thing I remember is that her name starts with a G. I'm trying. I guess. I haven't played the game more than once. And I would be able to tell you that is not correct if you didn't. Anyway, so yeah, I think that really only takes me down to, yeah, I guess there's two champions that are at the head of the leaderboard for me in terms of how much I like them. One of them is obvious, one of them is Cynthia. The other one that I really like is actually Steven. I really like Steven. Mm. So you also remember Wallace as the Emerald Champion. uh, hmm. But yes, you do. Yeah. No, it's neutral because rock resists fire. It is. I'm pretty sure it's fire normal. Yeah, Pyro? No, that's the current one on screen. I can't remember either now. Yeah, but its prior evolution is only normal type, I think. Kind of like Fletchling. Don't quote me on it though. Gen 6's Pokédex is another thing about it that I consider unmemorable. Except for Aegislash, I like Aegislash because I like ghost types. Yeah, it's a sword. Yeah, pretty much the same for me. Yeah, me neither. No. Yeah, no, the only reason why I would ever want Will-O-Wisp is if you have a move that increases attack power against enemies with stats effects on them, like Hex. At a chance, but, you know, Will-O-Wisp doesn't even have 100% accuracy anyway, so who cares? Yeah. Mm-hmm. swamps. Oh, Cleansar. Impedes movement? Yeah. Yeah, it takes neutral damage because ground is weak to ice, but water resists ice, so. Nope, other way around. Ice is strong against ground, weak against rock and steel. Right. You know what's the funniest thing to me as an autistic person? You know what? They are funny in a non-funny way because they are so weird and don't make any goddamn sense. But yeah, anyway. Anyway, I'm logical. They are not. Anyway. So you know how I said that Ingo and Emmett are some of my favorite characters? And I'm an autistic person, but you know, I don't have a hyperfixation or special interest for trains like the stereotype would suggest. But for some reason, I am obsessed with these two characters that are essentially train conductors who are also Battle Frontier brains. Right? And they also high-key give off Tism energy. I don't know. Huh? Oh, a Hex Maniac. Oh, you don't want to fight the ghosts? The horrors? Mm. What? It's so cute! Look at it! Chandelure is literally my favorite Pokemon ever. Well, I mean, it is an unevolved Pokemon. Had to. Why did you do it again? I guess it's fine. Rockside probably would have one-hit KO. No. Ghost is... Well, okay, Ghost Yeah, actually, you can... Well, okay, it's a double-edged blade, because Ghost does not... defensively is neutral against Psychic, but Ghost is super effective against Psychic, but Haunter is also Poison type, which is weak to Psychic, so you will both be super effective against each other. For a Dark type matchup, yep. What? No, they don't directly affect each other. They're neutral against each other. Fighting, you know, it's Ghost type. I know. I'm looking at you and I'm judging you. I talked about Ghost type because it was super effective against. Wait, Dark type is super effective against Ghost. We're talking about it. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. I can tell you for sure who my favorite Pokemon villain is. Gets this. I'm not even sure if you can outright call him a villain. Definitely an antagonist, but villain is. I don't know. He's odd. He's not doing it for any evil purpose per se. He's just a scientist without morals. I I guess I don't know. He's so weird. He does not care one way or another if you beat him or not. No, I'm talking about no, Cyrus very much cared. Wait, are we talking about I was talking about wait. What were we talking about? Wait. Chorus. You brought up chorus, right? What? Oh my god, did you say Cyrus and I accidentally heard chorus? Jesus Christ, the Gen 5 brain rot is real. Jesus Christ, never mind. No, he's very, very evil. My bad. What is wrong with me? I, you said Cyrus, I heard chorus, and I'm just like, technically, yeah, he's in Black and White 2, so that's why you don't know him. I don't know. I know you haven't played those, so I don't even know why I would think you would know about him. who was very underwhelming as a villain. He literally gets away with it too. Anyway, villains. And then, well, Gen 3 had Team Magma and Team what was their name? Aqua? Team Aqua? Yeah, Maxians. Oh, well. Yeah, no. Let's see, and then oh yeah, it does not make any sense. Well, exactly. That's part of why I like Getsu so much, and honestly, he's just literally pure freaking evil. Oh no, get out. Yeah. Yeah. He's just kind of like the vanilla mafia boss type. Yeah. Well, You know what I love so much about Getsus? That, if Giovanni was supposed to be a fucking mafia boss, he should have done this, because mafia are brutal. What Getsus literally does as a villain is that he was literally the first villain in the entire Pokemon mainline series to outright attack you. This is in Black and White too. He comes back as the villain of Black and White 2, and when he doesn't get his way, he literally tries to have Kyurem skewer you with icicles. Sorry. Middle evolution, yeah. Just pure dragon. Yeah, you could do that. Mm-hmm. And Getsus is definitely the type that you hate. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like... N is an interesting character as someone who is technically fulfilling like 3 roles in the story. Temporary villain, rival, and deuteragonist in a way. Oh, he's awesome. I say Ingo and Emmett are my favorite. He's pretty close behind. Right. I was not paying attention. Oh. Yeah, you're fine. I don't hate it. I mean, honestly, Explode is decently strong. Oh. Yeah, that's not very useful. It is extremely situational. Mm. I mean, at least when you get, an evolution into Aegislash, Aegislash has an ability that's unique to it that I'm pretty sure only works on Aegislash. So at best, you would just be giving the enemy Pokemon a useless ability. Hmm. Fairy, pure fairy. I feel like really thinking about it, Getsus and Giovanni are similar characters in the fact that their motivations are generally the same, but the difference is what extremes they're willing to go to and the method that they use to achieve their goals. Giovanni was just boring about the way he goes about things because like he's just relying on his grunts to do his dirty work, and it's like once you beat him, he gives up. But Getsis tries to get his way through deception, and when deception doesn't work is when he personally uses force. And when personally using force doesn't work, he literally tries to murder you. In a more severe way than personally battling, the protagonist. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Completely forgot about that. Yeah. Uh. Come on, this way. This this is the haunted house. Are you serious? So this is the house, right? Right. Pretty much. I don't think so. If I remember correctly, Team Rocket is acting outside of his purview because he vanishes after the first game, and now they're like trying to fulfill his goal in to bring him back to like basically fulfill his goal for him so that he feel like he can come back to the cause that he started, but no, no, he's not. He's just gone. He's completely gone from the game. Right. I think that's like supposed to be an alternate universe bullshit thing. Yeah. Like it's an alternate Giovanni. Right, actually, it's an alternate Giovanni who actually won in Gen 1. He wasn't beaten, and then he expanded his goals to having control of Kanto to having control over the multiverse. I think was the whole deal. Yeah. Yeah. That's actually how they explain away the fact that in Gen 1 through 5, there's no fairy type, but then 6 and onward, there's fairy type. They explain it as a multiverse situation where in one universe, fairy doesn't exist, and in the other, it does. Right, steel. I think Mega Evolution is also something that they called like a thing that exists in some universes and not in others as well. And they right. Yeah. Hey, don't say it like I'm the one who made the decision. I had nothing to do with their decisions in X and Y, for one thing. You know how I feel. At least Oris was a good game. Pretty much. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. X and Y is not great. Oris is a great remake, but you're not going to consider that as part of Gen 6, I guess, so we're not gonna include that. Gen 7 was good, just outside the fact that we paid double for a game. Right. The thing It's the thing about Oris though is that it feels difficult to separate it outside of Gen 6 because of how much influence Gen 6 had on the game as a whole. Like Heart Gold, Silver, and uh the Diamond and Pearl remakes, they are like almost one to one, but the Gen 6 version of Omega, the Gen 6 version of Ruby and Sapphire as Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it just had so much Gen 6 influence and was so incredibly reimagined that it just doesn't feel like a Gen 3 game anymore. It feels like a Gen 6 game. Holding on. No. I don't remember. Oh, great. Oh. How many do you have right now? Check. Yeah. You're gonna get half of the commentary. Mm-hmm.
No, just I guess only up to the point where you saved. I really don't remember where you saved. I don't know if like maybe it was right after the gym. Oh, wait, so I mean, I mean, you said you were going to upload it anyway, right? I will be a little sad that that means a lot of our commentary gets cut. Well, I mean, yeah, it would be kind of funny to watch half of a conversation though. We got pretty heated too. uh, okay. Oh, I don't even remember anything about that haunted house, so I'm not sure if it's even significant in any way, shape, or form. Okay, everybody, we just recently realized that there were audio issues on Heart's side, so that means you only heard half of our commentary. You only got to hear me rant, not him. So we're gonna leave off here, and I guess we've decided that well, we're not redoing anything. We're just gonna pick up here in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed half of the conversation. Mhm. Oh man, it's uh just me going off on my own like a crazy person. Maybe. Yeah. Right. Right, right. Mhm. Yeah, no, this is probably the worst game ever to even consider just starting from the beginning in the middle of the game. It's just no, no, not worth it. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to delete the Let's Play. No, why not? I mean, I don't think it really matters. At least if. Okay.